Good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm going to be decorating the doll houses for Easter. Easter is one of my favorite holidays. I've got a good amount of decoration for it. Tonight I'm actually going to be starting with Blackberry Hollow because I actually do have decorations for this holiday. Not a lot, but a good amount. And I hope you can see it okay in there. So we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna be rolling around a lot, so I apologize if you do hear that in the stream. Let's see what I got. So I guess I'll start off with little Easter. See, am I stuck? Is my camera stuck again? There we go, that's better. Alright. So here's our first piece we're going to be putting in. Easter egg cake. I'm not really sure what these are called, but I know like Zittner's, for example, makes the smaller eggs. I think these are just like cake. In general, they're not really filled with anything but cake. I'm not sure, but my grandmother made a couple of them for the holiday. So. Fudge off here. Cheesecake on there. Fudge on the table. Go. And our pretty little Easter basket. With eggs, candy, and bunny. Right there. I think. Let me check other things, but I think that's it. All that I have for this house. Yep, that's all I have for this house. So, quick, simple. And I'll actually turn around because I do have some flowers for the front.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
Back you up a little bit. These are just little strips of like floral material. The front and get stairs and have to get measurements for the stairs. Actually, let me do that while I am here.
If it's an accident, there's an error that feels good, then you leave it in.
Nexus, are you paying attention? Because I'm going to be giving you measurements. Hi, Vanilla Packs. How are you tonight? Alright, measurements for the stairs. Ready?
It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
Four inches wide. Oh, you need a pencil. Okay, Nexus. Take your time.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate.
Much better.
It's not about getting all the errors out.
Waiting on Nexus, getting a pencil. Not like she can't go back in the YouTube channel and listen to the measurements again. How's everybody tonight? Hope you all are doing well. Of course she does. So, yeah, middle of the bricks. The square down here is about 4 1/4.
You know, if it's an accident,
Okay.
it's an error that feels good, then you leave
Down
it
here.
in.
Is
You
of
know,
course not the
want
same
those.
would be. Because nothing is ever square, is it? Yeah, 4 1/4 on the base. It's from edge of each post fork. How deep? 2 1/4. Down the bottom and take 3/16 off of that for the top. Yeah, 2 1/4 deep. Then, because there's this ledge here, that ledge is 3/16 inch. It's not flush. The bricks to the base. Nice. Sorry, everybody who's like here for Easter stream. Figured I'd do this while I'm here. I'll come back in about 2 minutes. myself a drink. Mean the rails? Well, the railings would sit on the steps, would they not? So they would have to be. But I'll give you that measurement anyway. Three underneath. Okay, all good? We can move on to the next house. You guys get to see farm. I am so excited about this dollhouse and how much of it is actually working out how I wanted it to. So, for Easter, let's see. Got a bunch of our vegetables out I want to put. You can see me in the window. Oh. Got these beautiful blooming trees. Over. Love these. And actually, I want Nexus, if you're listening, I want make it. Ooh. No, I don't. I'm good. I'm going to say I want a non-blooming one of these, but I can just put Easter eggs on them. At some point, I get around to that project. Oh, what else do we got? What else? I actually think that's it for this building too. There's not a lot. There's a decent amount of stuff, but it's not crazy amounts. As I go through, getting more and more ideas for what I want to put out and what I want to make. But for now, that's pretty okay. Look, I'm missing my hummingbird feeder somewhere. I have to go back through all of my stuff. I have a hummingbird feeder that I hang out on my pub, and I don't know where it went. It will be found. It is around somewhere. Couldn't have gotten far. It is wherever my roses are, apparently. They're missing too. I'm sure there's more. I'll find it. I'll see pictures of it. If you go to my blog, which is moonspaz.wordpress.com, or if you go to my about page on here, there should be a link. If you miss any of this stream or want to follow up with any of my other streams, you can catch those on my YouTube, which if you look up Kaylee Carr, Kaylee or Blueberry Blackberry Hollow, it is bound to come up. So let's move on to the general store, of which I've got a good amount to put in the windows. And if you notice down here, diligently working on my vegetables. You can stare at that for a little bit, back you up. Better view. While I organize myself. And if you were watching my streams last time, you'll have seen my Easter bread that I made. I'm gonna put some of them in the display window. Easter is one of those silly holidays. I love it, don't get me wrong, one of my favorite holidays of all time, but it is a very silly holiday, is it not? For what it represents and everything. But I love Easter. Easter has always been one of my favorites. So, up to this window. Can you see that all right? I'll put in a plate of our Easter breads. If you didn't see the Easter breads last time, we've got our plate. I made a couple more of these, but they're like a brioche that you would have at Easter if you're, typically it's an Italian kind of thing. You stuff either hard-boiled or raw colored eggs into the dough before you bake. And it's a sweet bread. Here. I've always thought they were very pretty breads. A little bunny decoration. Oh. Do it over here. Be in our own light, of course. Go. And I went on Easter making spree a long time ago. Indeed, good one for you to look at. A bunch of these little Easter egg chocolate things. with the little roses up top. And I made the boxes. And at one point, I still had that blackbird. He got a hold of them and put up a box and nearly swallowed the polymer clay candy egg inside. And I nearly strangled the bird. But not really. I didn't hurt the bird. There was no birds hurt. But bird, I love him. I also made chocolate bunnies. That type. Was hooray. I think miniatures is one of those things that you have to like when babies fall down, you say yay instead of oh no, because then they get it in their heads that something bad has happened if they fell over, even if they're not hurt. So like doll housing, same thing. I have to be like, oh hooray, something fell. Or for me to do. Fine. Yeah, so the other thing I made were these little bags of plastic eggs. And the eggs are polymer, and the plastic I used some sort of netting on, like, you get them on some delicate flowers. Because of course you need bags of Easter eggs. Yeah. That'd be a better way to display them. Have I done it? Oh, next is you'll have to try to remember to say yay next time you mess up. Yeah, good. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement for negative situations. So much to fit in this little window display. Window display. did I say? Hooray! I'm sorry. Ah. I'll laugh about it. Break out the blue. I can find it. Where is my blue? There it is. Aha. Gonna have to be a little cheeny tonight. This is just a movable picture glue, and I can't find it anywhere else. So if I lose it, find it SOL. And if you're wondering why the quality of my camera is so bad, don't worry. I'm getting a new one. Finally buckled and bought it today. We're going to be set up with a mic, camera, DSLR camera, so it'll pick up details. And you are too. That means we'll be able to see it full up close and personal with details. Teeny tiny minis. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. What do you need measurements for, Nexus? A window display? Make a window display. Make this window display. These are just, I mean, chocolate covered eggs. And if you peel back the foil, it's brown Sculpey. The foil, the colors of foil, that's actually the foil is actually from Five Gum. You know how they came out with all of those pretty colors? Oh! Fumbled. Every. Yes, love. Yes, you may. Wider displays? Yeah, I thought about that. That might be good. Getting it in here with the tweezers. think these are a little bit too giant to be jelly beans, but I think they're supposed to be. That looks like an obnoxious Easter display, so that's great. How's that look? You happy with that? Yeah. Both of them. Goes in. Pink. Off. Pretty porch flowers. Extra fancy. Great. Okay. On to the pup. The pup I've been keeping the outside on top recently because it's easier for me to maneuver everything. And then you can actually see inside the pub. Nice. Do I have anything for inside the pub? Guess I'll put an Easter bread in there. What else do I have? I have to dig out so excuse me briefly. There's a bag around down here. Plate. Got ourselves a little bread. That all nice and pretty by putting one of those tiny eggs. Easter special. If I can find some pretty ribbon, maybe I'll make some Easter face mats right here. Dead, I think, for now. But nice pitcher of lemonade. 2 glasses. Nice, light, refreshing, and time. And up top, I have so many of these gigantic Easter eggs that are just not to scale, but they make decent decorations. And I had a bunny that I got this spoiler from Harper International when I went. reach up so you can see that. And back it out so you can see the entire thing. And once I have my bird feeder, I'll put that on bird feeder outside. But I do have one more thing I wanted to put out. My tulips and my crocuses. And these crocuses are done by Botany Minis, however she pronounces it. She is lovely, and I only ever see her at a local show. She's about my age. Her work is phenomenal. She does flowers that you just don't ever see done in miniature. I cannot sing her praises enough. I think she thinks I'm a weirdo because every time I see her at a show, oh my gosh, you're here! And her prices are so good. You have a wreath I want to put out. No, you're right. Decor eggs do not have to be to scale. My decor eggs in my actual house are not to scale. So it is wrong with me to be picky about them. In miniature. Correct? And this? Because of the clue is going. I'm gonna have to make a wreath hanger. I think. See how quickly I can make a wreath hanger. Done. Quick, simple, easy. Okay. That's that one. How am I doing on time? Only an hour, 40 minutes in? Bad. Alright, next is gonna be our post office, which I do have decor for. Reach it around. Make sure all of my wires aren't going to tripped over. This. Make you a little bit motion sick. I start with an unfinished piece, actually, but it still looks kind of finished for now. This is a piece I've been working on for a while that is going to go on our bird bath. It's got a hole in the bottom. It actually sits around the bottom base of the bird bath. Our daffodils, it's got wood hyacinth, lilies,
Never felt that before.
static grass that I love so much. So the top of the bird bath comes off. Garden just sits around the base here, one way or another. Excuse me while I figure it out. Like that. Side. Up top, I think we'll put a funny basket with some eggs in it. And another one of those little acorn kit caps that I did. Good. Have a good ponder at that for a while. Oh, we'll also put some, I know it's a little early, but I made azaleas a while ago for Mother's Day. We'll put them out. A little early for azaleas. Azaleas are usually May. Take you around to look at that. Side. Alright, last but not least, the big house. I know I'm missing some pieces here, like usual, so I have to unpack and repack and look around. We'll find it. We'll start off in the kitchen. I can. Here we go. dying, right? Who's gonna be doing that? Yeah. Haven't changed their outfits just a long time. We'll do that soon. But if there are any changes, you will see them like that in the blog. If you don't know, I do a lot with a calendar of my streams as well as calendar keeps track of my streams and my blogs posts. I try to be at least a day in either way from my original date. So, for example, I said that I was going to stream on last Saturday and I ended up streaming last Sunday. I apologize, but Saturdays never feel like streaming days for me. So, I don't know why I set myself up for them, but, yes. So, I always go on there, see roundabout when I'm going to stream. I also try to keep that in the About Me section. Well, there's a section on my Twitch page that has that. Old because I realized I have little and bunnies. Not too good, but I'd like to put them out. Little chicks, bunnies. Well, you can see them. Just bring it around. I can see what I'm seeing. There you go. Four Easter goodies with the bread in there. I made Easter peeps. Yes. Beneath another chocolate egg. Easter goodies, I guess. Why not? Lots of candy. Yes, Easter is all about finding the candy. And for me, I realized this wasn't a thing for anybody else. Which blows my mind how it took me so long to realize that. Easter used to be, you started off with a clue in your first egg and then went to another clue and that led to the next clue, and there were pictures, and there were riddles, there were poems, there were directions. Crazy. Easter Bunny was absolutely insane. And it made me have this fond view of Easter because it wasn't just go get the candy or go find the basket, it was work your way. But to this day, still one of my utmost favorite things. Sorry if you see my face, hello? Gotta have an Easter ham, right? And these, because I don't have a bowl string beads. My favorite, like one of my favorite foods, hands down. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all in a meal. I make like 20 pounds of it every year, and I live off of it. Another plate for my deviled eggs. Here you go, you ready? Set up some deviled eggs. We're going to have the nervous shakes and drop the deviled eggs all over the floor. I'm sorry, I'm very self-deprecating tonight. Now get off, Bailey. What is my next favorite thing to make? Food or plants? What did I say my favorite thing to make was? Did I say my favorite thing? Favorite thing to make. Right now it has to be. Ooh, that's a hard question. Right now I think my favorite thing has to be the plants that I'm doing. I love doing kits. I don't have to think about them too hard. But I'm really enjoying making the vegetables. After that, has to be holiday things like one pieces, you know, like holiday decor. Because they really make a scene pop and they really show they just show up in a room, you know. They're not oh, I'm looking at a living room. You look at them and you go, oh, I'm looking at an Easter scene in the living room. And I think they're just fun to make. The research that I have to do to get the right angles to see everything, I think they're probably my second favorite thing to do. And then I really enjoy the challenge of making furniture. I made a bed and it turned out absolutely amazing. And I had to do all the conversions of this real life bed that I loved and thought was perfect. I just needed a shrink ray and did all of the tiny measurements and I cut out all the wood and I stained it and I painted it and I scraped it and that was fun. It was a lot of fun. Kits make it a lot easier, but they don't always make the style that you're looking for. You're not doing, unfortunately, if you're not doing Victorian or now modern, then you're not doing modern knitting. Or you're not getting the kind of kits that you so, yeah, I think it goes plants right now, and decorations and furniture. The thing I least like is clothing. Surprisingly, it's just so intimidating to me because there are no patterns for these bears, so you have to really use the stuff that, well, I personally have to use stuff that my grandmother gave me, and understanding how her brain was working when she made these patterns is a little bit difficult because she while I know how to make clothing in real life, I used to make clothing and get seamstress. She didn't always label the pieces, so you kind of have to have that knowledge. Then you have to sew such tiny stitches because you can't run it through a sewing machine. The pray it's gonna fit on the bear. So I think, yeah, clothing is probably my. And I know I'm going to have to make a lot of clothes for these bears because handkerchiefs on them, their original clothes, they're becoming threadbare because they are so, not old, but the hankies themselves were old. So I have to buckle down at some point and make new dresses for some of them. We'll get there. At some point we'll get there. Today is not that day. This is the year of the farm and partly general store, so I'm going to focus on this year. The rest of it done eventually. Goals. Right, onward. Okay. So we got our Easter dinner in there. Can't really get you much closer, but when I take you around the houses, I'll get you in there. Let's scoot, decorate living room some. Oops. Okay. First, I'm gonna put a birdhouse out with all my spring flowers. And this piece represents my grandmother. Not the one who did the dollhouses. This one represents my grandmother who passed away. And she had all of these gorgeous flowers in her yard. Every year she would just go overboard with beautiful, absolutely gorgeous flowers that she would buy. So, my mom made a piece to represent her. Love it dearly. Makes me miss her. A little silver bowl that we had our Irish potatoes in, and a little chocolate bunny. Not chocolate, maybe a statue, put him up top there. Gotta hide our Easter basket, of course. Somewhere. Back up. What I want now. Actually. There. We're gonna back us up a little bit because I'm gonna hide the eggs in the house. So little girl I used to babysit, and my mother made me a whole bunch of little decorated eggs at one point and hid them in my dollhouse while I was at school. Here's our Easter basket. The basket is by MM Minis. Beautiful pink and yellow Easter basket that I filled with goodies. We're gonna hide it. Bedroom. We want to put some. So I can find them again. And so I don't have to go back through the video. What are the shoes? Sorry for the squeaky floor. Seeing me. Sink. Probably not looking at anything, but I'll find it. Down. I think that will do. I know. What did your family do, guys? Talk about it. Did you guys go find raw eggs? Hard-boiled eggs? Were your parents those kinds of masochists? Where they find eggs and then blame you for the house smelling later, or how'd that work? They hide the plastic eggs. Right, so all our eggs are hidden. Go back. Then when I have to undress the house. Find the one that fell somewhere. Where that one went. But okay. That I think is it until I find the other pieces that somehow gone missing. I'll walk you around, show you everything set up. Oh, I gotta put my Easter Berry out. I keep forgetting. Easter Berry. Easter Berry's coming. Alright, so I will walk you around, and we'll call it a night. Our post office. sorry. Back with the cup. I turned the big house around, but you can see the flowers. That's it. Hope you enjoyed tonight. My next stream is, oh boy, our next stream is going to be the super stream, which is going to be March 27th, 8th, and 9th, and I'm making asparagus and strawberry raised bed for the farm. And I'm going to make two. One of them is going to be an early season raised bed where the asparagus is would be normally harvested. Looks like it's going to be normally harvested, and then a late season where the strawberries will be in bloom and the asparagus will be a little bit overgrown. So that's going to be a huge project, and I hope you'll tune in for some portion of that weekend. Really excited to do it. Really hope you are excited to come join me for it. I hope you enjoyed tonight as much as I did. I really got pleasure setting up my spring and Easter stuff. I go through and see if I can find my other Easter stuff or other spring stuff. Again, if you missed any of this stream or want to check out any of my other streams, you can find me on YouTube. You look up Bailey Carr or you look up the Blackberry or Blueberry Hollow. You can check out my blog. Again, that's moonskies.wordpress.com. And I hope that I'll see you next time. Have a nice night, everybody. Happy spring.